Let's say you've just finished watching Legend of the Galactic Heroes OVA. Should you now go for the guidance? Are they even worth watching? This is a short answer, and this video is gonna be the long answer. Hi, I'm Fate, and you're watching Tiny Wave TV. I'd like to say thank you to the commenter for asking this question. This is a very good question because I'm already talking about the guidance on the channel, but those videos are for anyone who has already watched them or is currently watching them with me. In which case, high five! So this one's gonna be for you who are yet to decide whether you should watch the guidance or not. I also want to ask anyone who has finished the show, because I haven't. I'm halfway through at the beginning of the Retriever as I'm recording this, to give your own answer to the question. I want this to be a space where we can have different opinions and point of views on the matter. So before I give you my thoughts, I know this is already a long ass intro, but hear me out. This is a very interesting point about the guidance that someone mentioned in their comment a while ago. I obviously didn't take the recommendation because when this person left the comment, I had already started watching the guidance. I gotta tell you, as I'm watching these episodes, I'm getting hit in the feels left and right. Yeah, this is the experience. All right, let's reserve the nagging and whining for the journal videos and just get into it. So if you watch it in the chronological order, which is the way I'm watching them, the first arc or the first storyline that you're gonna watch is gonna be the 14 episode long Spiral Labyrinth. It's all about Wenli. The first episode is gonna be a little bit of an expansion on what we already know from the OVA, but then starting from episode 2, we get into this murder mystery kind of a story. There's gonna be new characters. It's really cool. I think the main takeaway from this whole arc is getting all these extra stuff about characters that we didn't really get to know well in the OVA. People like Mirai, Patrushev, Kazern, the Kazerns, Dusty. This is my boy. I wouldn't want to miss the Dusty stuff. It's not just more screen time, but insight that would kind of change the way you would look at these people in the OVA or certain stuff that happened in the OVA. As for Wenli himself, something that the comment from the beginning of the video mentioned as well, that is his voice. Yeah, it's I nagged about it at length in the journal video, but it's mostly because nothing can top the OG. But the new voice doesn't take away from all the good stuff that this arc has to offer, you know what I mean? But about Wenli as a character, it doesn't uncover anything about him that makes you go, wow, he was like this in the past, then he got like that in the future. Wenli is Wenli. This is for the most part, he's consistent with how we got to know him in the OVA. I mean, he is younger, is a little bit sassy, but yeah, for the most part, he's the same. You just see him in new contexts. That same thing can't be said about Reinhardt. If you skip Gaiden Reinhardt, you're missing out. That's it. Now let's get clear on something. I am not a Reinhardt stan. My man is Wenli. We've established that, right? The problem with Reinhardt in the OVA was that he had met his nemesis. Wenli outsmarts Reinhardt in the OVA quite a lot of times. So you might think, what's the big deal about this guy? What's all the hype about? The Gaiden will let you know. Now, another important thing to consider is that we lost Zeke very early on in the OVA. And when that happened, Reinhardt's life just went down the drain. Things got worse and worse for Reinhardt. But in the Gaiden, you get to see Reinhardt at his sharpest, most focused on the goal. And the goal itself is yet to become so twisted like it became later on. He is mentally and emotionally at a much better place. And about Zeke, this is very important. For the most part in the OVA, he was an image, like a statue on a pedestal. In the guidance though, you will see him as a, how do I put it? As a human being. You know, the character makes a whole lot more sense. So yeah, these are not side stories, these are essentials. The name Gaiden is very misleading because it means side stories. So if you ask me, YES, yes, definitely, this is worth watching. And also, this is the last of the original design, the original art. You know what I mean? I haven't watched the new thesis yet, but who are we fooling? The OG designs are the best. So yeah, that's all I got. I hope this helped and see you next time.